Well, hello, everyone. I'm David Croyle. Welcome to this edition of Talk of the Town. This is Tuesday. It's February the 9th, and that means that it's just a few days in Valentine's Day if you're watching this live. So I figured we need to do something to get all those people that have headaches. We don't want you having a headache on Valentine's Day. That'd be just a mess. So we decided to ask back the authority on pain relieving, not just pain management, but getting rid of the pain. And his name is Tasso Spanos. He's from the Center for
Pain Treatment in the south side of Pittsburgh.
And so we're glad that you're here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, I had a good time with you guys last time.
We did. Back in October, Tasso was here, and he was showing us, telling us about how muscles relate one to another, and kind of giving us an overview, which was helpful. But then he started to treat people with pain that happened to come into the studio. And so when we got to that part, that was pretty extensive, and we actually went for a 2-hour program. We won't be doing that tonight, but I'm sure that the things that he has to talk to us about will be of value. And let's just start off a little bit, Tasso. Give us just a little bit of an understanding of what it is you do.
Well, I'm a muscle specialist, and there are a lot of muscle specialists. There are people who do massage and massage muscles, and physical therapists treat muscles, and occupational therapists train muscles, and chiropractors adjust muscles. But I am a myofascial trigger point therapist. So I'm a specialist who focuses on these things called trigger points. And a trigger point is a spot in the muscle that has shortened and it starts to cause pain somewhere else. So the muscle, if it's normal, we'll pull that on that. And see, we pull this real far, and it's real strong when it comes back. But anything that shortens this bungee cord, or the muscle, just think about muscle and bungee cord being synonymous, makes it shorter. So you have an accident, and that shortens the muscle, and it creates this thing called a trigger point. And then you have a whiplash, and then that messes up the muscle and creates another trigger point. And then you have an operation, and that creates another trigger point. And then you break a bone, and that creates another trigger point. Now you can see the muscle's getting shorter. And now that it's getting shorter, it's getting weaker because some of the muscle's not working. Obviously, this part of the muscle's working, and this part's working, but where the knots are, it doesn't work there anymore. And so they are not contributing to the overall strength of the muscle. So what we need to do is to get this back to normal. So I treat these muscles, and I studied with Dr. Janet Travell, who was President Kennedy's doctor in the White House. And she said, the pain can be going somewhere else, but you've got to get to the source, these trigger points. So I treat these trigger points by pressing them. That relaxes them, and I'm able then to start stretching the muscle back to normal again. And so there's 2 parts of the treatment, David. There's the pressing, and there's the stretching.
Do they always go back, though, to normal?
If you don't have a lot of things bad. So you have what is called, some people have, my teacher said the ultimate disaster is a multiple myofascial pain syndrome. That means you have a leak in the ceiling, you have a fire in the kitchen, a car accident happened out in your front lawn. There's multiple things going on. When you have that, it's harder to fix, but it's fixable, but you've got to pay attention to it. So there's 2 parts of the treatment. And one part is just stretching. I have a stretch class that I've taught for 27 years.
Stretching? You mean like exercising?
Yes, but they're therapeutic stretches. They're stretches that Dr. Travell taught me to do after I did a treatment to try to get the muscle normal again. And so this muscle, if it's shortened, I can, just with stretches, help that. And tonight, we're going to show with the audience today just what improvement stretches make to some neck muscles. Now, we want the listening audience, this mic.
Yeah, that's your camera right over there.
We want the listening audience and the viewing audience to participate. Now, get yourself comfortable, and I want you to sit in a chair, and you're going to join us to do exercises number 25 to 35, which are part of my exercise program. And they're exercises that are specific for headaches, sinus aches, dizziness, stuffy ears, can't turn your head, it's stuck, multiple neck and shoulder and headache problems. So pay attention, join us, and do it with the audience. So we're going to do just the therapeutic stretching.
We're going to start with that,
yeah.
And then we're going to go on from there and talk about the other, and I'm sure you'll demonstrate some other things.
And people can call in, too.
And people can call in if you have a question. And actually, Chad, let's get ready. We'll do a commercial break first, and then I'll have you set up, and you can go into these stretches. Now, do what he just said. Get ready. We get a chair there. If they're elderly, and I don't want to say old because no one's old anymore. The older I get, the younger everybody else looks.
You know what older is? 15 years older than your present age.
That's about it.
That's right.
So for those of you that may consider yourself elderly, you can do these. These are not high impact. We're not talking about doing aerobics tonight.
Exactly. This is not burn baby burn tonight.
Okay. So this is fix baby fix, right?
Fix, baby,
okay.
fix.
So what happens is there are going to be low impact things that you can do, and it will help these issues. And I will tell you that they do help because. Since I've learned several of them that you've been teaching me on the side, boy, it really does help, and it lessens the impact. And so just before we go to commercial, tell the one story, because you told me a story about a lady who was an invalid who was couldn't get out of bed, hadn't been out of bed in 3 years.
We had a person. I was on KDK TV, and I was on with Lynn Freeland, and we talked about my exercise class. And so she went and bought my video. There's a video available for that. And she bought the video, and she called me in a month later, and she said, I bought the video because of Lynn Freeland. I didn't know you. And so I put the video on. I'm an invalid in bed for 3 years, and the first 50 exercises are in a chair, which are easy to do. I said, well, that's right. They're easy to do. He says, yeah, but I haven't been in a chair for 3 years.
She was in bed.
In the bed, right. So she says, I am bathed in bed, fed in bed, and bedpanned in bed, okay? All three things, that's her life, is bed. So she said, I put it on, and I said, well, I can't do these things. And then she said, number 27, I could do that in bed. And then she said, I think I do 31 in bed, and I could do 52. And it ended up doing 27 exercises. I said, yeah, but you didn't do 73. I haven't done 27 of anything all these years. So, in fact, my sister, who's one of my caretakers, does 25 exercises at yoga class, and I did 2 more exercises than my caretaker sister.
In bed?
In bed. So I said, is that what you're calling me for? No. I kept doing the exercises every day, every other day, and then I got up to 32, 37, and then I hit 42 yesterday. I said, you're calling me to tell me you got to 42, right? And you'll be calling me to tell me you're at 62. She says, no, I'm calling you to tell you I got out of bed.
She got out of bed.
That's right. Today,
after doing just exercises with you.
These exercises, these are therapeutic special exercises. I got out of bed. I fixed myself a sandwich. She went and took her first vertical dump.
Okay.
And anybody who's been on a bedpan for 3 years knows.
That's an accomplishment.
That's like getting a huge present for Valentine's Day, for God's sakes. Anyway, and and she says, and I took a shower. None of this spongy bath stuff. Spongy baths for 3 years. And I took a shower, and I called my sister, and I said to her, don't come over tonight. I don't need you.
Wow. Wow. Just because of the stretching. Not even, you never touched her.
No, I didn't treat her, just the stretching.
Wow.
It works. The stretching works, but it's slow.
Okay, so therefore, here's what we want you to do. Get your chair out, all right? It doesn't matter what your age is here.
That's right.
Get your chair out. These are things that you can do. Okay, just right there in your home, and he's going to teach you right now on television. We're going to have this mass audience now that I can see them. They're all grabbing their chair. They're moving it up, and you prefer one without arms, right?
Yeah, without arms.
Yeah, prefer a chair without an arm, like a kitchen chair, with no arms. And get it out, put it in front of your television set. Don't matter what what your husband says.
If it's a folding chair, make sure you pulled it all the way out now.
Okay.
I hear these bangs going all over Katanning.
Nobody hitting the floor here. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get ready to do this. We're going to take this commercial break. When we come back, Tasso Spanos is with us. We have a studio audience. He's going to teach them. As he teaches them, he'll be teaching you how to do this. And if he goes too fast, just call and say, tell him to slow down. We'll tell him to slow down. No problem. We'll keep him nice and slow for you so you can follow along and do this right there at home as we continue tonight with Talk of the Town. I'm David Croyle. We'll be right back. Don't go away. More after this.